I bow to all the seekers of truth. We know the truth about the tree of life through our search in science and other enterprises we have taken to. But still we have to find out our roots. Unless and until we find out our roots, we cannot nourish this tree of life. This tree of life has grown beyond the supply of energy that can come from the roots. But as the tree grows, also the roots grow downward. And in that search, I've been lucky enough to find out a method to give an mass, that subtle thing called as the spirit. The spirit is your own, is the God Almighty reflected in your heart. He resides in your heart all the time. He watches you, but he doesn't come into action. He doesn't come into your attention. The power of God is the Holy Ghost, is the desire of God to take you into His kingdom. That is reflected in this triangular bone called as sacrum. Surprisingly, this bone was known to the Greeks. That's why they called it sacrum, meaning sacred. Greeks came quite close to the search of truth. But suddenly, I don't know what happened to them, that they also started going outward, became extroverts. I've been to Greece and I have seen Athens itself means primordial mother, Athena. In Sanskrit language, it's called Atha means primordial. In the same way, so many great prophets, incarnations, came on this earth to tell you that you have to become the spirit. Even in Quran, in the very beginning of it, it is written that you have to be connected to God. Without connection to the God or His power, you cannot talk about God, you cannot understand God, and if you try to do anything, you become aggressive, dominating, and ultimately cruel. But just think of, please let me finish, madam, just a minute, have patience. There's no need to be so disturbed. This is a place we are trying about our self-realization. You too have got it within you. You too have got that spirit within you. Be patient. Better know your own properties slowly. Be patient. I'm not taking away anything from you. Just be patient. All right? No use being aggressive. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Now this is, I can't hear you. What's the use? Now let us be. You see, this is the trouble. You need really, in Marathi it is said, Tala pahije jatiche. To get to realization, you have to have people of quality and a caliber. Superficial, cheap people cannot get realization. In the olden times in India, they gave self-realization to one or two persons. At the time of Rama, there was one fellow called Nachiketa who came to Janaka, the father-in-law of Rama, who was a great saint. and asked him, "Sir, will you give me realization?" He said, "Ask me the whole world. That I can give you, but not realization." He had to go through severe tests. Then self-realization was granted. But when I was born, I found the world is in a complete chaos. People have no time. And there are so many useless people in this world that they are the murmuring souls as described by Christ. And they will spoil all the rest of them. And there won't be any chance for them to take to a lengthy process of self-realization that one by one I clear the chakras. So very assiduously, I studied the problems of human beings. I was amazed that modern human beings are very complicated, much more complicated than what people were. I was told that some very good Christians came in Adelaide to settle down here, but there are no more. There are no more. And such people who have their own projections of doing this and doing that, trying every sort of thing, just to have some new things, spoiled themselves completely within. It was a very difficult task to begin with. I had first only one lady, and after 2 years I could give realization to only 12 people. In London, I had to work for 4 years on 7 people for 4 years to give them realization. But there's one thing about English, they are hard nuts, but once they are there, they are there. So, in the West, I never thought I would ever work because I was not sure that I'll be able to do that. But unfortunately or fortunately, my husband got elected to this post 4 times, that too unanimously, and that's how I am in England. Whatever it is, one has to realize that whatever these prophets have said, these incarnations have said, since long they have talked about the roots and not about the tree. But when such a thing starts, also there are people who are seekers of ages are born. They are seekers. They are serious seekers. There are many serious seekers in the West, I have found. Very, very serious people. They have read so much about religion, every religion. They are not conditioned people, very sensible people. And they started coming to India and fell into traps of many cults and many people. From the year 1970, in a bigger hall than this, I had announced that you cannot charge any money for God's work. You cannot live on the earnings of God's love. That time I took the name of the people who would go all round and try to entice people and take money from them and live on that. Of course, surprisingly, nobody has yet prosecuted me. That was the first beginning of Sahajayoga, that we started thinking in the terms of mass realization. But I had to study quite a lot, because an Indian mind is very different from the Western mind. An Indian knows that the aim of his life is self-realization. Of course, we have learned so much from you about science, about economics, about banking, insurances. But we have some knowledge about the roots. And there is no harm in learning something from India also, in case we know it is worth something. The knowledge of the Kundalini was known to Indians thousands of years back, and also there are many examples of people getting realization. But there were very, very few people. So when I started studying people, I said there is a problem on the chakras, on the centers. If you have to become a subtler being, to enter into your roots, I have to see that your subtler being is completely manifesting. For that, your chakras have to be clean. These chakras can be cleaned by various ways, and we started using various methods to clean them. Of course, all these methods that we used to cleanse them were according to the prescriptions we had from our other people, like putting the hands like this comes from Muhammad Sahib. Because Muhammad Sahib had said, at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. We do not deny any religion whatsoever, because according to us, all religions have truth hidden in a very subtle form. And if you have that subtle understanding, you can approach that. Now, he has said, at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. And it's a fact, your hands can speak, no doubt. But you have to get your realization, otherwise it doesn't work out. What we call is baptism is the same as realization. It is that the centers are cleared out, then the Kundalini rises, that is the Holy Ghost rises and blesses you with your self-realization and opens out your fontanelle bone area. You will be surprised in New Zealand, a place like New Zealand. The whole hall was all full. We didn't advertise much, but I don't know why people were so sensitive. And they came and they told me, Mother, like a booze it came out of her head. But I must say, New Zealand people must be very deep people. There must be a very deep seeking in them, and they are not affected by other conditionings. So surprising it was. While in Melbourne also, I had a very good experience. I would say that it is the quality of the person that matters in Sahaja Yoga very much, because it is the becoming. Like an egg becomes a bird. Like we can say a seed becomes a plant. Now it is a becoming very important, and so we have to see if a person is willing to adapt that becoming. We have our ways and methods of telling how to do it. Nanak Sahib has said, Sahaja Samadhi Lavo. He said, only through Sahaja, by spontaneous happening, by living process, you get Samadhi. He said it. He said also that there are Ida and Pingala, two nadis within us. Kabir Dasa has clearly said it. So, into any cult when you go, you will find they do not talk of any religion as such. They do not give you any ideas as to what the essence of the religion is. They do not prove it to you, and they do not show you where it exists. For example, we'll say that Christ is within us. Now, where is Christ? Who was Christ? How he came on this earth? How he was conceived? First in the heavens? What was the thing he did? We don't know. If you just read Bible, you won't know. You have to read for that Devi Mahatma. You have to understand through that that Christ was the Omkara, means what you call the divine sound. He came out of that. And that's why he could walk on the water. There are so many things written about Christ in other books, and so many great things written in those books that we do not want to go into them, and how are we going to understand him? But first of all, realization is very important to expand your attention with an enlightened way. I was happy to know that people in Adelaide are traditional. All good traditions are to be accepted. They are not to be given up. They are family people, that's all also another good thing that they are family people. But the problem is that they are placed in such a chaotic condition that they cannot decide what is right and what is wrong. Now, these traditions which are good should be taken, and on these traditions we should build up something that is wider and greater. As soon as you get realization, you get your new awareness called collective consciousness, about which Jung has written very clearly. You have to become collectively conscious. But those who are superficial people don't get it. Those people who have problems on this center do not get it. They do not feel it. Those people who are not serious minded don't get it. If they don't get it, then they start blaming others than blaming themselves. There are so many who have got realization, and so many are doing well. This is what is needed today. Unless and until you get your transformation, unless and until you become your spirit, unless and until you get collective consciousness, the problems of this world cannot be solved. That's a fact. But everybody doesn't get it. Everybody cannot get it. And we cannot guarantee that. Those who can get it have to be the people who should seriously understand the importance of self-realization. For example, in India, no problem. We have, say, the President of the World High Court, Hague. He got his realization just like this, in 2 minutes. And he was so amazed at it. He asked his wife all the way, we knew them very well otherwise also, to fly out from Udaipur to see me and to get her realization. To them it is an important thing, very important thing. The most important thing is to become the spirit. Because he is now the High Court judge, Hague High Court, the highest position that he could reach. It does not matter. It's nothing great. If he has not got his self-realization, what's the use of living in this world? But the attention of the people has to move that side, and it has moved in the West quite a lot. There are definitely lots of seekers in the West. But the problem of the West, I must tell you, is something very different. The problem of the West is like this, that within us is, there are two systems which work, autonomous nervous system. One is the left, another is the right. The left one is called as the Ida Nadi, or you call the moon channel, or the one which looks after. I have been lecturing every night for hours. The moon channel. Now the moon channel is the one that works out our desires. We get our desires through this left side moon channel. And the right side one, if you see it clearly, starts little from the second center, is the one we call it as, no use telling English, there is no English name, so it is called as Pingala. Now this is the channel that works out our action. First one gives us desire, and the second one gives us action. Now a person who goes to extreme on any one of them tries to go away from the center. For example, now we have in the West lots of ideas, say, about action. Now this is the right side, this is the left side. Now we have the right and left and the center in between. All right? Now, if you are too much in the action on the right side, go into imbalance, it breaks the connection with the main. If it breaks the connection with the main, then what happens? You start working on your own this side. The connection, the control goes away. Once the control of the central nervous system is gone, you can become malignant, you can develop any diseases of that kind which are psychosomatic. Also, with the physical exertions and all that, you can develop some other diseases which are more physical. Now, going to extremes, for example, for ladies, I have always told, who are married ladies, I have always told about them, that they really work very hard in the West, in the sense their standards are so high, everything should be spick and span, and all the time cleaning, they have no time to rest. They have no time to rest at all. They must take out some time to rest and look after themselves as well. They should involve the whole family in the work and see that there is a little balance. It should not be that only the woman should go on working all the time for the household. Of course, homemaking is her love and her liking, but that doesn't mean that she should completely sort of get ruined with that. She has to use a balance. She should use some balances which are useful to keep herself in the center. So what we say that everything should be done in a moderate form. Please, please, madam, you should please. Well, everything should be, you are not the only person listening, there are many. See, listen, I'll tell you, madam, see, now, one thing I must tell you. There are so many who have come here all the way, and I have come all the way from London, all right? Understand that? You are not the only person who has come to listen. But why don't you allow others to listen? This is uncivil. You are not civil. You should allow others to listen. They have come to listen to me, not to you. Keep quiet. I'll listen to you later on, all right? There should be sensible thing. This is no sense. What's the use? But I mean, whatever your ideas are or opinions are, you keep to yourself. Why do you want to force it on me? All right, let me make, but then you hold a meeting and make it. Can you get even one person to listen to you, madam? I would like to. No, please. Now, just see, they have not come to listen to you at all. They have come to listen to me, all right? None of them are here to listen to you. It's a simple thing like that. Why are you talking? If you want to talk, let us. You can have a meeting of a bigger quality, talk to them, tell them whatever you want to tell. It's all right. And I won't disturb you. Let me tell them. All right, now keep it to yourself. Nobody has come to. All right. Now, this is I was telling you about the extreme behavior of anything is not good. We have to keep in balance. When we come in the balance, in the moderate way, if we live, then what happens? That we keep this contact all the time with the whole. Now the Kundalini that is down below in 3.5 coils has to rise through all this. When she rises through all this, she pierces through your fontanelle bone area, and you actually feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. If you do not feel it, and if you say, I am feeling it, you are a hypocrite. I am not going to say you are feeling it. It is you who has to say. There are many people who come to Sahajayoga like that. I am feeling it, it's good, this, that, unnecessarily. Why should they try to deceive themselves? You are not to deceive yourself. You see yourself that you feel the cool breeze coming out of your. Are you genie? Are you genie? Huh? What's it? I can't hear you, sorry. I can't hear you, madam. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I can't hear you. No, I'm not. I'm not. You shouldn't say like that. No, I'm not a liar. I'm not hearing you at all, and I'll give you a chance to talk. All right? Despite everything, I'll give you a chance to talk. There's a letter against you here. Are you Jenny? Are you Jenny? Jenny. You thin down very much, I must say. You were a much fatter person, were you? Yes, I know. Now, there's a letter about you here, which I don't want to read it out. It's not good, but you better read it yourself. No. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. All right, now keep the dignity of the whole thing. Now be sensible. Be sensible. There's nothing. It is so. But it's not the time. They have not come here for me to. Yes, just see. Why should you take their time? They have not come here to listen. Madam, I didn't even, knew you much. You see, this is, you are, she herself, you see now, this lady says that she was driven out. Means she was sticking on. She herself never went away. Why didn't she go away if she didn't like it? That's a simple thing. She should have gone away. Why was she sticking on? Beg pardon? Oh. What is she saying? Oh, I see. There is a letter about that, your brainwashing. Nirmala, you know Nirmala? Read it out now. Let her have it. All right, let it be. What she has to say about you. If you can say something, she can also say something, all right? She also has a right to say. Now, let her be. Let it out. Stevens, do you mind reading it out? Once for all. Listen to this, what she has to say about you. She sent a telegram.
Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi, 31 Harrow Terrace, Kingston, which is the ashram and
Take this. Just wasting of time.
It is.
It's Adelaide's speciality. we should, I don't know what's the matter. But last time you had born again, they came to hit me. Before that there was some other. All the time you have a little group like that all the time. And I'm surprised. I mean, you see, some people can't do Sahajayoga. All right, give it up.
Is it working?
Why should they be thrown out? That's all. And you can go to the courts. You see, not here. Why doesn't she go to the courts? You see, that's sensible.
It's taking a feed.
She's angry, all right.
So we should get it.
Why is she so angry? Now listen now. Another angry person will listen to her. What she has done to her.
There is a very wise saying, sir, that says, become what you are unable to be.
Just waste of time. All right, but this is not the place. My child, this is not. See, if she's hurt, she would have written to me. She would have come and seen me. She would have talked to me. This is, don't waste it. You see, nobody has come to listen to her. If somebody is hurt, is this civil? You tell me. Others have come here to listen to me. All right. But why to expose here? Why to demonstrate here? She can come and see me tomorrow. I will give her time, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever she wants, all right? But why disturb everyone? They have come for their realization, let them have. Why do you want to be dog in the manger?
When somebody is very hurt, they're not resting.
But it is justifiable.
May I ask the audience something? Would you prefer that these people left your
All right? All right, just listen to this letter. Now, you have one complaint, she has another complaint about you. This she told me on the phone that it is about you she has written. But this is what she has sent. Now, there's a complaint about her. You see, in any group, there can be complaints about people. We have driven out so many men also from Sahajayoga, so many. But, you see, driven out, we had to ask them to get out. They never went out. If she had gone out, then I would have understood her, that she had grudges. But when she was asked to get out, then she has grudges, means that we should have grudge about her, isn't it? I can't just hear, I don't know what's happened. All right, let it be, let them. Jenny, there's no need to be that aggressive. There's no need, all right? No need. Come along. See now, this is too much. were in Sahajayoga? I tell you, this is delayed business.
Then I would have to ask somebody to remove it. Is that what you want? I want these people to hear what you're telling them that they're talking about.
You are not allowing me to speak at all. But this is not the way. If one person is hurt, this is not the way. Now, if she's hurt, she could have come and told me. She's welcome for that. She would have told me this is what has happened, anything. You see, there are ways. It is quite simple, my child. She looks quite all right. You don't know what she has done if you read the letter. Why don't you read the letter?
There's only one person here, as far as I can see, even knows what it's all about.
What is it? बेवकूफ़ों की कमी नहीं निकाली. What is this? You are not. What can I do?
We haven't come here to debate, however. She's only, if you want to set up a debate, it's another matter, but she's only here for one day, and you are deliberately.
Yes, this is not proper. This is not being kind to your people in Adelaide. This is dog in the manger. This is, no. Jenny, that's not proper. No. It's not proper. It's not proper. There's no propriety, I must say. There's no propriety. This is not the way to behave. You could come and see me. I'm here only for one day. There are so many people wanted to hear me. Now you want me to hear you. It's selfish, isn't it? Of course, it's very selfish. You should come and see me. I told you can come and see me. I can talk to you. I can talk to all of them and tell them whatever is wrong. We'll try to correct it. That's a simple way. But this is being very selfish, just to attract the attention of everyone. If you call a meeting, will you have these people there? No. All right, 6 years is finished, 8 years is finished. I've been working for 16 years and I've had people like this. So what am I to do? I've been, How much what? I have paid from my own bank quite a lot for your information. You know for definite. That's there, you should not lie. Jenny, now don't lie there. You know I have paid out of my pockets. You know that very, very well. Now don't tell lies there. Oh, no, you know that. You can't say this. What jewelry? With jewelry. Nothing. You see, actually you will be surprised. What jewelry? What jewelry? No jewelry. What jewelry you gave me? What did she give me? Just imagine. See now, I'll tell you one thing. She's really talking through her hat.
You never had yours from me because I never believed it. Of course it is. I do it deliberately.
If you ask my husband, he'll tell you. You see,
Oh, yes. Oh. This is nothing to do
this feminist, what are you doing? Why are you behaving like this? This is not proper. It's not being proper. No, Jenny, that's not proper. You are making allegations which are absolutely false. You know that. I have spent lots of money out of my pockets. And I have been giving lots of presents myself. And not a single thing that you have given me, I've used it. No. It's not correct. What's it? Why do you what?
Why do you use the balls of plastic?
False you?
Why are people isolated?
Huh?
She says, why are people isolated? Because he got sick.
No, no, no. I'll tell you about him. Is she here? Melissa, is she here? Is Paul here? Is he here? Is he here? Call him. I'll tell him. He will know what happened. Let him be here. Why are you talking? No. You don't talk for him. Why didn't he come? Why didn't he come? No, no, no. I know everything. I know everything that happens. Everything. All right. Sit down. Sit down. Why not? All right. Now this one is a story. See, we had 1,000 people in that place. 1,000. I didn't take. I never touch money. You know that very well. No, no. Who? Whose brother? Who gave me? Who? Who is this brother? $10,000. I have absolutely no knowledge. This is lie. This is a lie. I can put you on the court on this. No, nothing of the kind. Nothing of the kind. If he had given me, I would have known, and if he had put that money, I give it for Sahajayoga work. I do not need your money. You must know that. I am sufficiently enough with myself, and I give away my money. You know that very well, Jenny, and don't tell lies. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Where is it? You find out. First time I am hearing. See, I'll tell you, first time I am hearing this from you, that the person who died, because I had cured him of AIDS, you know that, and then he died. Is he the one? No, which one? Which one is William? Which one is this William? From Adelaide? Who is this William? Who? 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 I never say that. We never use those words. I never use. Did I say to you? I never said. All lies. I mean, A to Z is a lie. See, now there are so many people in our movement, and if somebody says that, if I find it, if I know it, I verify it, and I throw him out. And she did the same. That's why she was thrown out. Why not read the letter? Why we threw her out? Just read the letter. Why we threw her out? See? Huh? Huh?
Would the security please come? I think I'm entitled to ask them to leave. They're causing a disturbance.
This is the way. Why do you want to get insulted? Why do you want to get insulted for nothing at all? It's all a lie. I must say it's all a lie. I don't need. Let them go. It is not correct. It's absolutely a lie. What's the name of the gentleman who gave the money? Just ask her also. What's the name of the gentleman? We should find out. Hello, Mrs. Jenny. Please tell us who is the gentleman. No. We want to know. Hello, I want to know the name of the gentleman who left the money. Will you please tell? Please tell me. I want to find out. I will find out. Huh? Who? Who was he? And now who is the gentleman? Give us the address. I must find out. And if it is not so, I'll sue you. I will sue you. All right, bring it. Where is the thing? Where is the 10,000? All right, let's find out. No. To be exact, let us know who is the gentleman. Nobody gave. Just imagine. These are lies. I tell you, even this time, coming to Australia, I have purchased my own ticket, this extent. Now this lady, they should tell me the name of the man who gave money. Supposing, you better get her removed. You better go. You're very troublesome. You see, they are the people who form sort of unions, and they did the same in the ashrams. That's not allowed in Sahajayoga. You are not supposed to form any union like that. And these were saying, that we are feminist and we must dominate men. Shit, that's a letter. What words? Imagine.
What you're doing now is constituting
You can't abuse me.
rights to have you removed. You are now using foul language. We are quite entitled to remove it. Will you please leave?
Please, will you ask this lady and this one also to go? No, this one with orange dress. Ask her to go, please. You see, I don't want to insult you, madam, but this is wrong to insult me like this. You can't say all these words to me for nothing at all. I've done no wrong to anyone. I've always tried to help everyone. Spending my husband's money is a fact. You know that. Beg pardon? What's he saying? What is he saying?
He says it is your husband that has all the money. I think he's inferring.
Quite a lot. I must say quite a lot. You see, now he has paid for my coming here, all right? But sometimes they also feel ashamed that I should pay for their salvation. So they try to pay to the travelers, not to me. I don't need any money. Thank God. You know, if Christ was living, I don't know what you would have done to him. By God's grace, I come from a rich family and my husband is quite well off. Otherwise, you would have finished off Christ, who was just a carpenter's son. After all, if I have to travel, it's better that you pay for your salvation. But still, that is also paid by my husband. And sometimes he jokes also that all the gurus are making big money and here is one guru who is giving her own money to others. You see, this is not a fact. But somebody, supposing, gives something to me, say, precious. The other day, one lady gave me a diamond. I don't take it. I said, sell it, and whatever is the money, all this money should be donated for the work of Sahajayoga. Now, the work of Sahajayoga is that we have to buy ashrams. For people to live, we have got a very nice school in Melbourne. Actually, in Adelaide, we have done nothing. Here the people have been not so constructive. But in Melbourne, we have got a beautiful school where the government has certified that the school is so beautiful and the children are what they are claiming. So beautiful. And such a private school doesn't exist in Australia. That's how they have certified the school. It's a primary school run by Sahajogis. The Sahajogis also have to sacrifice a little bit because, you know, the private school fees is quite a lot and everybody cannot afford to pay. And they were amazed at the children that they are. Now, if you want to make false allegations, what can anybody do? But I can prove it, that this money, she's saying, somebody I took 10,000. You see, it is very difficult to give me anything. Very difficult. You try. Even my husband finds it difficult to give me anything. That's not my nature to take. All right? You see, this is the main thing. A person who takes money will not shout at the top of her voice all the time that you cannot pay for God. Openly. Isn't it? This is the first time we have people here like this. And this lady, I must tell you, had a problem. It's a very funny problem, which I don't want to talk to you. And because of that problem, we had to ask her to go. Come here, I'll tell you. I'll come here, I'll tell you. If you come here, I'll tell you. Why do you want to know her problem? I'll tell her, not you. Who are you to ask me? I'm not going to tell you. Let her come and see me, I'll tell her. I'm not going to tell you. Otherwise, why did we throw? Now, there's one person, I'll tell you, as he said it, this gentleman has said it correctly, that there may be somebody who did it. You see, there was one person, I don't know if he did the same, he was the same here, but somebody who was a man, who was not a woman, and very, very dominating. We threw him out. He is in Australia. We threw out 3 men and few women. We had to, because we are not supposed to dominate, you see, in a place where we have to think of God and of peace. We cannot have people who believe in dominating. We cannot have people who try to assert on anyone. Now the question of this, her husband being sick, you see, this Melissa, they haven't come, both of them haven't come, because I know the mistake was theirs. I had told them not to sit in the sun too much and not to drink too much of orange juice. But orange juice is such an attractive thing, you see, I did think they could not control. And he developed this diarrhea. We have 3 doctors always on the tour. Always we have 3 doctors on the tour who look after them. They are there, free, they look after them. Now, we were in a very far-off village when this fellow got this. Still, he was brought, they said, we'll take her to the hospital. She wouldn't agree. She wouldn't agree. She is such a neglecting wife that Indian women were surprised. How could she neglect her husband like that? It's all right, he'll be all right. She was postponing. And it was our doctors who took him there. I mean, they were admitted because of us, because in India, a foreigner cannot be admitted unless until you have a doctor's certificate. You know, in India, they are very particular about foreigners admitted. And that's how they admitted. Now, there's another thing I'll tell you how the bona fides can be established of Sahaja. Sahaja also in India very much respected. Any foreigner who goes to India has to have a clean chit from a doctor, except for Sahajogis. In Delhi, you see, this is the trouble is, in Bombay, in Delhi, we are doing so much, but here it's so difficult. And also, I say Rome is very good, Austria is good, and Australia partly is very good, but partly quite funny. Now, I'll tell you one thing. In Delhi, they are having a proper investigation made for cancer, for liver, and for asthma. How Sahaja can cure. They have already made, the Dean of Faculty of Physiology, you can write to him, Mr. Rai of Delhi University, has already submitted a paper about Sahaja saying that Sahaja has a much better resistance than other people have. Has proved it. And it is being accepted and published by the government. You can write to him and find out. You see, this is the trouble. Here no officers come, such people coming who are good for nothing. They trouble us, do this, do that, all kinds of things, such problems, you get fed up with them. You see, you are here to get your realization, to get well, to be all right, to be good, healthy people, to enjoy yourself, to have a good married life, and to have sweet children. That's why we are in Sahaja, not to fight and claim things. I mean, this is a falsehood, complete falsehood, that somebody gave me 10,000 rupees. It's a complete falsehood. Why didn't she tell me the name and address of the person? It's an impossible. I cannot take a single person. Why should I? What is the need for me to take? If you get Melissa's husband, Paul, he'll tell you. He knows. He never came here. Why didn't he come? The one who was sick. He never came. Melissa never came. These people are just putting up something. Some people are never in the Sahaja. Only this lady was. And she was troublesome. She gave us trouble. Are we not free to ask somebody to go out of Sahaja if you give us trouble? Still we should stick on to them. And jewelry and all that. What jewelry you can give? I have so much jewelry. You see, sometimes these people give me some sort of a jewelry, which is auctioned sometimes, and given money to Sahaja. I don't take anything. Why should I take? I have so much jewelry, I don't know what to do with it. Actually, I am giving away almost of my jewelry, silver to these people. It's all nonsense. So, my brother is here, who is the judge of High Court, Bombay High Court. He's sitting here and watching you people. Is this the way to behave? Very childish, very childish. Despite that, you get your realization. I must say, you people must be great in your last lives. How many mistakes people have committed here, how much we have tried to sort of harm ourselves, but you get your realization. That's the beauty of the whole thing. There must be something about you that you get your realization. But those who don't get, start fighting. Now, how can we give it? There's no force. We cannot say, all right, now supposing there's one seed which doesn't sprout, say, all right? Then she says, no, I must sprout. Why don't I sprout? Can you do that? It's a living process, isn't it? And we don't tell problems of one person to another. There are problems, serious problems, very, very serious problems. People have, we don't tell, because it's not proper. We know because we know their centers, and that's how we know what problems there are. I mean, we have definitely cured people, no doubt about it, and you all can be cured and you can enjoy your health. We have with one psychiatrist here, who is a first class first of, say, Cambridge and first class first. We have a psychiatrist. You see, these are very mediocre people. We have people here who are very highly qualified, who are traveling with me. Absolutely mediocre people, nothing to do, living on doles, and behaving like this. This dole business should vanish from this country. I tell you, half of your problems will be solved. Let them get to some work. Let them know their value. That's the problem. Because of this dole business, you see, there's no self-respect. And they don't understand that they must get their self-realization. It is very surprising that all the television and all that came here just for the people to shout, and then they are not interested. Is this the way to encourage these people? Nothing good about them. What is so special? What good has she done? What is her importance? She's still talking. Now please stop, madam. What's she saying? What's she saying?
Saying you lost your balance.
Huh?
She's saying you've lost your balance and you've spent so much time on Jenny when you should have been talking about that knowledge.
What to do? You are not in balance. I have to stoop down to yours.
Now she's saying you are out of balance because you have spent all this time on Jenny when you should have spent time on realization.
You see, she's the same person who tried. I am quite in balance, but I have to stoop down to your levels to pull you out. I'm quite in balance. All right. Now listen, don't tell me stories. Will you please stop that? You are not interested. No, you are not. You are not the one. Yeah.
Could I just say something?
All right.
I would like to say that Shri Mataji has given me so much in my life, so much peace and happiness, that I would just like you all to ask these two people here, those two people there, and maybe these two, if you can't keep quiet, I don't know. But could you just please go now and let us have the meeting to give these other people a chance to get what I've had? Please go now. The audience, please ask me.
Oh, God. Now, will you please ask her to go now? Please. Now, this is the. Will you please ask the. So much time she has taken, I can't help it. I was just in time for you. Stevens, please ask the policeman to take her out. Well, she's talking too much. I mean, she doesn't understand anything.
I think the best thing now will be just to talk about Sahajayoga and
All right.
realization.
So those who are interested in Sahaja Yoga should stay, the rest can go away. You see, it doesn't matter how many people get it. The thing is, as I have told you, only those who deserve it will get it. Everybody doesn't get it. Doesn't matter. Whatever has happened, I'm sure you all will get your realization. I'm sure of it. It does matter, because it's the quality that matters. This is the quality. Now, there are people who are anxious to get realization. Don't hurt her, huh? Tila rukhu naka, don't hurt her. Wow. What a relief. All right. But don't hurt her, just let it be. Only thing, you can't crucify me. All right, it doesn't matter. Take it easy. That's life. Now, as I was telling you, now if you go to any extremes, you break your connection with the whole. And as you break your connection with the whole, all these centers which are supplying horizontally to our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual being get cut or get exhausted or augmented, as they call it in medical terminology. So, the central part is the parasympathetic nervous system, which doctors have not reached. Now, through this Kundalini, which is there, which is 3.5 coiled, when it rises, it pierces through 6 centers, pierces through your fontanelle bone area, and when it pierces through your fontanelle area, you get your self-realization. As simple as that. This is your mother, individual mother, because she gives you birth, a second birth. And she doesn't trouble you, she doesn't give you any problems, she takes up all problems upon herself. She tries. But I have seen in some people, the Kundalini is very badly hurt, wounded, just all the time like a bleeding serpent, you can say. It's just moving up and down helplessly, trying to rise. It rises and falls down in some people. And it is such a sad thing that it works out in days together when the person cooperates to keep the Kundalini up there. But most of the people get it, and with little practice, about a year or so, at the most, they become masters. But within 1 month, they know everything about Sahajayoga and they know how to do it. In fact, you become your own master. You don't have to have any guru, you don't have to have any master. For this, you don't have to pay a single pi. You don't have to do anything of the kind, it just works out automatically, and you can give realizations to others once you get it, when you become the master. But that is a quality which one has to achieve. If you achieve that quality, then only you can do it, otherwise you cannot do it. By talking about spirit, by talking about God, you do not achieve it. It is a living process of evolution. As we have become human beings, we become that higher being. This is the seeking today, and that's what people are seeking. They are not seeking something which has been said or done, but they want that beyond this what? And beyond this is the spirit. But as I told you, the people who are not of that quality do not get it. But for that, you cannot blame anyone, you cannot blame yourself, and you should not feel guilty about it either. But you must know that everybody, if he tries, can achieve it. Some people might get it today, some people might get it tomorrow, doesn't matter. If you work it out, it is very easy to get your self-realization in modern times. Now, as in our country, we had search in the subtler side of our life towards the roots. We have definitely found out so many things, so many poets, so many saints have written. Say, in the 16th century, there was a great poet called Tukarama. He has described it very clearly. And then in the 6th century, we had Adi Shankaracharya who has described it. But later on, I would say it was Guru Nanaka and Kabira who have described Kundalini in their scriptures. The main point is that in India also people got diverted. They were told that you should not read this, the 6th chapter of the Ganeshwara, because it talked about Kundalini, because they did not want to do it, they did not know it, they had no authority, like a priest class they were. In the same way, in every religion, I think, nobody tried to find out how to get self-realization. That was the problem, and because of that, people have suffered. There have been many great people who have been self-realized, even we can say like Michelangelo was a realized soul. Now, if I say that, you can say, how can you say, Mother? You can ask me a question. Mother, how can you say that Michelangelo was or Mozart was? He was. Because When you put your attention to him and put hands like this, you start getting cool vibrations in your hands. That's how you can find out who was a realized soul, who was not a realized soul. So the truth you know through your hands, not through your rationality, through your understanding, but you know what is right and what is wrong through your hands. Now these are 5 centers as shown there clearly. You can see on the hands. Here, hand is not shown, I think, in this one. All right. These are the 5 centers. This is the 6th and this is the 7th. This on the left hand side is the emotional side, and right hand side is the physical and the intelligence. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are the 7 centers. Now if somebody has a problem on any center, you start feeling either a numbness or a coolness or a kind of a burning. Sometimes even a little blister sort of thing comes in. Then you should know that person has a problem of this center. Now if you know the decoding of this finger, what does it mean and how this is caused, you can correct it. If you can correct it, that person feels all right, you feel all right, and you have all the powers to cure that person, cure yourself, and be one with the divine force. It is the all-pervading power of God everywhere, they call it. But we have never felt it. We have never felt the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Now, this is the first time we feel the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. First time we feel. We become sensitive to it and we start feeling it. But those people who are conditioned, who are running after other things, who are members of this and members of that and members, all their lives they finish as members of this and members of that. They do not get anything out of it and they do not know what is their meaning. First time you discover your meaning when you become the Spirit. Unless and until you become the Spirit, you will not know your meaning. As I told today to the radio lady, that it's like an instrument. Unless and until it is connected to the mains, it is useless. In the same way, unless and until we are connected to the mains, we are no good. We are not happy. We are not satisfied. Now this Trikonakara, what we call as the sacrum bone, has that power, which is the pure desire within us. The pure desire. The pure desire is only one. The rest of the desires are impure. The pure desire is to rise and get to the divine power. Once you get that, it's like a light coming into a lamp. Then what does the lamp do? Is to give realization to others. It starts giving lots of realization to others and starts giving all the, they are only interested in the quarrel part of it. This is the best thing. I mean, just imagine. Otherwise they would not come. It's such an important thing. Such an important thing. But they are only interested in the quarrel. If somebody they are going to quarrel, they'll all line up. It's not a very good thing, you know. They must understand the importance of the time. It's the most important time now. This is the judgment time. Here you are going to get the power to judge yourself and judge others. And if you do not develop that within you, you are lost. So it is important for all of you to feel your spirit. Now I can go on talking like this.